Well, good morning, Bob. Hey, this is Brian, and this is the video that I told you that I'd make for you to explain how my kayak is engineered. I've got my kayak. It's a 12-foot precision pompano, and I've got it, obviously, on my back porch. That's where I store it. I've had the boat for 3 or 4 years. I bought it from a fellow locally, and I bought it essentially as you see it here. The motor came with it, and it mounted on the mount that's back there, and he actually gave me a spare battery that he had. But here, I'll explain it to you. The battery is stored in the bow section. Now, there should be something better than what you see here to hold the battery in place, but I really haven't had any problems. It's a deep cycle battery. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that runs those Minn Kotas. And I attach it with these cables when I'm going to take the boat out. So you put the battery in there, hook it up to the cables, and the cables, obviously, they run through the kayak all the way to the end of it. And there's an intermediate stop here right in front of the seat is the thrust control. Now, this is this device here, this plastic device. This is a very commonly available hatch cover. It's available in any marine supply store, and it would screw down onto. It fits perfectly for this particular kayak onto the face of this. This would normally be a dry compartment. Just like this one here. So it fits right on top of this flange. And underneath, where the wires run into, this is a selector. Obviously selects the 5 forward gears and the 3 reverse. And underneath, there is a piece of about that much of a PVC pipe. That's just about this diameter, fits over the base of this plastic cover, and then there's a PVC cap that fits on top of that to encase the switch. Now, there's a hole drilled in the bottom of the cap for the wires to go in and out, but it does a very effective job at keeping the gross amount of water away from this selector switch. This switch is, if I didn't mention it, these are very commonly available also. I've seen them listed wherever you see Minn Kota motors listed. You'll find these accessories as well. So the steering, that's the thrust. That's the thrust, the source of the power, and then the selector for the power. Now the directional controls are right here. These pedals you probably recognize. They would normally have a plastic device here to stop the pedals from going forward. That's where the boater would set them to their own size. But here, these have been used or have been modified to allow to accommodate. This is weed whacker wire, a weed whacker line. And it strings through the body of the kayak back to the control there, and it's a very simple drill through the face of the pedal on both sides, and then you can see here there's it terminates with a loop and then a crimp. And I'll show you back here. This is where they emerge in the back of the kayak, and again it's just weed whacker twine, and then here is the crimp that is at the other end. Easy D-ring that is available anywhere and attaches to this harness, this nylon harness that then attaches to more D-rings and back to this high impact plastic plate. This has been made specially for this kind of a modification. You can see how it affixes to the engine. And then you pull on it, and it's a very simple thing to allow for the directional control of this Minn Kota. That normally you probably recognize that normally there would be a tiller that comes out of the motor here, and that tiller has been replaced. The wires that would normally control, be a part of the selector switch that's inside of that tiller handle. The wires are here, and you can see that they are then attached to a trailer a trailer plug, and then of course they run to, that's where the switch is instead of here in the tiller. This PVC nut is easily available as well, and the wires go through there and then into the thing. Now, the most challenging part of this construction for you, I think, would be this plate here. This is an fairly thick gauge aluminum plate. It's held in place by these blind nuts. They're toggle bolts, I think they're called, and these toggle bolts go through the kayak and then hold the modified transom mount in place. So the transom mount, you can appreciate, the transom would normally be right here, and then so the front part of it has been cut off, and then it's mounted on this plate to accommodate the specialization of this motor. That's about it. It's I know I probably left a lot out. And if you've got more questions, if you've got anything, hey, if you want to buy this, great. I'd love to sell it to you. But it's a 12-foot precision pompano, and I've had it set up for fishing, of course. And this is my expression of love for Hawaii with aloha. And when you put a motor onto a boat here in Florida, it is then considered alongside any other motorized vessel. So a motorboat or anything else, you have to register any motorized vessel, including a 12-foot plastic kayak. Yeah, I guess they just want to get their tax revenue. So that's the way it is, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Take care.